It's What a Weird Week for Friday, March 24th, 2023. More than one giant food this week, and it's skateboarding pig.
Hi, everybody, it's Weird.
This is like crazy being here.
Really weird tales.
Well, I got a great show for you today with some wonderful weird stuff.
You guys, thank you for checking out the What a Weird Week podcast. Every Friday, we do a Weird News of the Week Top 10 podcast audio. Then we do a show notes blog with all the links and stuff, and we do a YouTube video. Thanks for liking, subscribing, smashing buttons. Smashing all of the buttons. Here we go. Season 4, episode 26. All right, we're going to get things started with a bonkers caper involving a giant carrot. This happened at the Clearview Mall in Pennsylvania. Police have these suspects now. Charges are expected. 2 people stole a giant foam carrot from the mall Easter display. And then, when they're trying to take off with the stolen loot, a security guard gave chase and was dragged by the getaway truck for about a quarter mile. No one was hurt. That's good. Giant foam carrot was returned. Police located the large carrot, and they have their suspects. Happy Easter season. When people start stealing giant carrots, you know, wow, this is Easter. We're in it now. That and Peeps. When you're able to buy Peeps and people are heisting carrots, you know, full on Easter.
9.
By the way, I'm thinking about doing another podcast, and it only involves giant food. I don't think you can go wrong with giant food. It's just so interesting. Got another giant food story coming up, too. Spoiler.
9.
Number 9, feel-good story, uplifting story. This is a story about how we really can have it all. I think we can have it all, you guys, thanks to smart people. This is the story of the computer setup that they're using. It throws a lot of heat. They're harnessing the heat, and they're heating a swimming pool with it. So one of these computer setups, like a data center, it's about the size of a washing machine. Those things get hot, right? Data centers throw heat. If only we could capture that heat, cool off the data center and use the heat. Well, somebody figured it out. They have a working model where they are able to capture the heat. The article goes into the details. If you want, click shownotes.page. That'll get you back to all the show notes and stuff. They capture the heat. So number one problem, the data center's too hot. They're solving that. They're cooling it off. They're taking the heat away. And then they're using the heat. The other problem they're solving is people don't like hypothermia when they go swimming. So they're able to use the heat to heat a swimming pool. Fantastic story. You could do a deep dive into that story. Oh, wait. Swimming pool story, and I said deep dive. Well, I am so embarrassed. Anyway, the article gets into more detail if you click the show notes.
8.
Say, gang, do you like a good controversy? I do, as long as it doesn't involve me. It appears as though the scientific community is embroiled in a controversy that they're calling Sharkgate. Sharks. Can't go wrong with sharks, right? So fascinating. So, article out by Gizmodo. This involves a rare goblin shark. Now, that is one fascinating creature. Photos if you click the show notes. So, rare goblin shark discovered in the Mediterranean Sea. That has never happened before. But upon further investigation, the photo might not be of a real shark. It could be a toy shark. So, was the shark discovered after it washed ashore at a Greek beach? That was the original story. The photo appeared in a science journal, and then shark experts started to point out they think it's fake. And it became this big fight. People were like, it wasn't just the shark experts saying, oh no, that's fake, and then the article getting taken down. No, people took sides. One side was like, it is too a goblin shark. And then the other side is like, fake. That is a toy. It does appear as though the photo that made it into the scientific journal is a picture, a snapshot of a toy shark. Somebody found a toy shark on eBay that looks the same. So I think I'm on that side. I'm on the fake side of, I don't believe it is an actual goblin shark. But I haven't gone to any post-secondary educational facility ever, you guys. So what I'm saying is I'm not a scientist.
7,
The Rolls-Royce of Nuclear Reactors will be made by Rolls-Royce. Oh, and it'll be on the moon. Okay, pause. You guys, is it just me or are we firing on all cylinders? Giant carrot story, and then goblin shark story, uplifting story about how we can have it all. We can have our computers and we can have our swimming pools. I mean, and now secret moon bases. All cylinders. Okay, so the Rolls-Royce story. They got funding from the UK Space Agency to make a moon-based nuclear reactor. Small reactors, for when we get moon bases up and running, we're going to need these small nuclear reactors. Rolls-Royce is going to be involved in that. That's kind of surprising to me. When you think of Rolls-Royce, you do not think of cutting-edge space exploration, do you? I think of Grey Poupon mustard. That's my automatic. I see a Rolls-Royce on TV and I think, great, do you have any Grey Poupon? Maybe our moon bases will also have Grey Poupon. That's phase 2.
6,
This parking fine story, number 6 story, I did not believe until I saw the photos and read the article. So we have the link in the show notes. Let me run this by you. Guy gets an enormous fine for parking in a disabled parking spot. £650. This happened in London. My Aunt Ivy always told me double it and you get roughly what it would be Canadian. So $1,300 fine. Imagine that. You get slapped with that. He says he parked legally. It was a normal parking spot. And then when he went back, it had been changed to a disabled parking space. That sounds cuckoo, but this story checks out. They painted lines around his car. It had been scheduled. He left his car there for like weeks, and this work had been scheduled. This parking space was going to be rezoned as a disabled parking spot. So it sounds like they either just got fed up or it was, hey, I got to get my work done. So they painted lines around this fellow's car so that when he went back, he had gotten a ticket because now the parking space was a disabled parking space. If you're that worker and you got a job to do, you see a BMW there, do you leave, come back the next day, or do you just paint around the car? I feel like I'd try to paint, if it was my job to paint those lines, I think I'd try to just paint around the car. Challenge accepted. But if you're the fellow who thinks you parked legally, and then you get back to a $1,300 fine. I don't know. This is a conundrum.
5,
Number 5, when sloths attack. A sloth attack story. You guys, you don't get one of these every week. And a great headline. Sloth bites teen during visit to Michigan pet store, ruining lifelong dream. That headline is by Cole Waterman at ML Live, doing some great headline work for the greater Michigan area. Story from Saginaw, where a teenager's dream of meeting a sloth was finally coming true at an exotic pet store. This store they sell a sloth experience. You can pay $50, sign your waiver, meet Sid the sloth. And that's what this girl did, and her mom. Well, Sid bit. The teen had to get rabies shots. Sid had to go into quarantine for 30 days. Mom says the sloth bit her daughter with the swiftness of a striking snake. They should make this into an episode of When Animals Attack. This is a recreation waiting to happen. I don't want to make light of it. I'm glad everyone's on the mend there. But this, or did you ever see the show Something Bit Me? I think they only made one season, maybe last year or something like that. Fantastic show. They could bring back that show just with this story. This story alone, people would re-up their subscription to whatever streaming service to see the recreation of the sloth attack. I really believe that, you guys.
4,
Number 4, this is the one with the giant radish. We teased it earlier in the episode. If you zoned out, well, giant radish time. It was over 100 pounds. Harvested by employees at a Japanese fertilizer company, it is a world record radish. Harvested in February, according to Guinness World Records people, and it is the biggest radish ever harvested. They let it grow an extra 3 months before harvesting it. It's like they knew it was going to be something great was happening with this radish, and they left it an extra 3 months. Just leave it in the ground longer. Let's see how big it gets. I love this story. If you want to see photos and stuff, we have a link in the show notes.
3,
Sneaky thief has change of heart. This is a cool story too. You guys, I don't know. I just feel like almost every story this week, some weeks you get one cool story. This week, 10 out of 10. So this happened in Cincinnati. I want to call it Sin City because Cincinnati, but that's not Sin City. This is a different Sin City. Already taken. A lady caught on cam stealing a mat from someone's porch. Later, she brought it back with an apology note. Note said, this didn't match, so I'm bringing it back. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, a week later, the lady came back, left the mat, and her note said, I am exceedingly apologetic for taking your rug. It was an honest mistake. I was trying to pick up a free rug from a Craigslist offer, and I obviously got the wrong one. I buy that. I believe that's true. Could be hogwash.
2,
When you win the lotto and your town only has 27 people in it. So this happened to a lady in a little Colorado town. She won $250K. She doesn't want her name out there. Doesn't want to draw attention to herself. They advise that you behave that way when you win the lotto. Try to stay under the radar. Unpublished phone number, that sort of thing. But only 27 people in town. So everybody knows everybody. How do you keep that quiet? This is in Cowdrey, Colorado. Here's what we know. Joni did use her first name. So Joni won $250K. She raises alpacas and wants to buy more with her winnings. My sweet Lord, it is a small place. Like I grew up in just a little small town, but this place, 27 people, and I don't understand, Joni. You might have to leave Cowdrey. You might, if you want to be anonymous, you might have to leave to a place with maybe 50 people. I did put a link in the show notes to a downtown Cowdrey, what it looks like and stuff. I mean, it has a certain charm. Honorable mention. We haven't had an honorable mention in a while, and I felt like this should make the top 10, but also we talk about this guy all the time. The fellow in Idaho, he caught 36 pieces. This is a new world record. 36 pieces of popcorn out of a popping pot in a minute. David Rush, he has hundreds of world records. He uses these record attempts to promote STEM education. So that's nice. You're not allowed to get cynical about it, even though every week he's in the news for a new world record. He's doing it. He's basically a hero. This time around, he's a popcorn hero. So if you want to beat this record this weekend, be careful. Safety glasses. And those things are hot when they come popping out of the pot. But anyway, you have a minute and you have to capture more than 36 pieces of popcorn out of that popper.
1,
All right, number 1, good old-fashioned skateboarding pig kicker. Here's the quote. People just really enjoy seeing a pig do things that normally pigs don't do. That is Vincent, quoted in the story. I took one of my old skateboards and put it out, and literally within 7 days, he was able to get his hooves on board and push with his other hooves. The skateboarding pig. That's all I got to say about that. You can picture a pig on a skateboard. You can go there in your brain, and it is a happy story and a nice way to end. So that is that. If you want the show notes and that, if you can't remember anything else, shownotes.page is a website we have set up where you can get all the podcast stuff. And you can look for What a Weird Week on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. We do video podcasts. Appreciate when you smash the like button and triple smash the 5-star review button. It's quadruple. It's a pentuple. I don't know. I'm going to stop now.